Okay, so we got a thing from Chris Haynes that dropped about 2 minutes ago. This big whole thing about how Damian Lillard has been getting pushback from fans of the team given the hire of Chauncey Billups, and also just Dame's doubts that they can build a championship roster. And this is the first time something like this has really been a thing with Dame. I mean, sure, there's always been conversations about will Lillard want out or whatever, but it's usually just been no, he's going to stay no matter what. But this is from Chris Haynes, who is one of the most well-connected guys in the NBA, so if he's going to put something like this out, then I think there's got to be something real here. This can't just be him trying to get some clicks and nothing else, right? That does not mean Damian Lillard is going to request a trade. That doesn't mean any of that stuff. But this is something to talk about nonetheless. I mean, I think what this definitely does say, if anything else, is that this upcoming season better go well for the Blazers. Now, as far as what going well means, I don't know, because while, sure, there are things they can do between thinking about trading draft picks and you've got Nurkic's contract, Powell's free agency, whatever, I don't know if anybody actually believes that the Blazers can make moves this offseason to really put themselves in title contention. I mean, you never really know who's available, and perhaps they'd be willing to trade any assets they have besides Dame to do it, but it's just tough to see that avenue right now. I mean, a very good season for them next year could just be losing in the Western Conference Finals. I mean, if we have another injury-riddled playoffs, then that could open the door for them, but regardless of all that, it needs to be a good season. I don't think it can be another year of borderline playoff team lose in round one while Dame drops 7 threes in a row or whatever it was in that one game in Denver, while you've got CJ stepping out of bounds, Norman Powell missing open shots, Covington missing dunks, and all that stuff. I mean, really, to me, just this is from years of this front office either making bad moves or not being aggressive enough. I mean, the Nurkic trade was good. Yeah, he's been hurt since, but it was still a good move. But that one off season where they signed Evan Turner and Alan Crabb and somebody else, I think, like that just screwed them for so many years from having cap space to go for anyone in free agency, and they were never aggressive with trades, and now here we are. So they're going to have to attempt to flip the switch in one off season, and I think that's the main thing that this report says again. If we want to go to the super dark side for the Blazers fans for a moment, what does a Damian Lillard trade look like, besides another team giving up a whole bunch of picks and all that stuff? Well, that opens up the Ben Simmons thing. I mean, I think the Ben Simmons for CJ trade is not good for Philly. Ben Simmons for Dame, on the other hand, will sign me up for that one. Yes, the Sixers would still have to find ways to get some of Ben's defense back, but for the offensive upside of Dame, you do that. Now, to me, it would happen after this upcoming season, because I think Dame would want to give it one more year. He would be a year older. He's on the wrong side of 30. He has shown no signs of slowing down, and for the most part, he has not dealt with injuries. That said, the last 2 seasons, he's played a little under 70 games. It could be nothing. It could be a sign of something that will get worse over time. I mean, you look at the injuries this year he had, it was a knee, a hamstring, and a foot. Could be something, could be nothing at all, I don't know. So we'd have to see. I mean, if you want me to pull some other trades just out of nowhere, I mean, Brandon Ingram as a starting point for the Pelicans, I think that makes sense. The biggest one is really the Knicks. I mean, that one is your RJ Barrett plus how many draft picks do you want trade. You would have to give them more than just one player back, of course. I know Dallas fans have talked themselves into Dame a little bit because he likes Jason Kidd and the new GM. I don't think there's a trade there, though. Miami would love to go all in, whether they have the stuff, I don't know. Celtics fans would argue with each other all day about trading Jalen for Dame or not. So yeah, those are just a few teams for you. I don't feel like stretching this thing out super long because I think I've said pretty much what I need to say. I don't think Dame's going to request a trade out of Portland next week or anything, but I think the pressure is on this front office, definitely.